You know, boys and girls, we talk a lot on this channel about finishing teams and finishing your farms. But that leads to a question from people all of the time. When is my farm finished? Is it finished when my characters are at gear 12? Is it finished when they're at Relic 3, Relic 5, Relic 6, Relic 1, Gear 4, Gear 6? What exactly encompasses a finished team in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? I'm going to say, generally speaking, you're going to want to have that team at Relic levels when they are finished. But I think there are five important factors to consider when you're looking at when is your team finished and what relic level you should take it to in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Well, greetings and hello there, boys and girls. It is I, your beloved Star Wars Dad, Nooch Too Good. And yes, we're going to talk about what relic levels you should take your characters to today and why, and the five most important factors I think you should look at when thinking about relic levels and finished teams in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. And I will say, of course, I'm wearing my greenish shirt today, so in the right light, it's kind of see-through. So you're going to be welcome to that, to seeing R2-D2 through me every now and then if I scoot over to R2-D2. Yeah, whoa, there we go. Who's that? Who's that? That's Boba Fett. Wait. Is that Boba Fett? Boba Fett. Okay, there you go. Anyway, let's jump right into it. Reason number one.
Anakin, you're breaking my heart.
If it ain't broke, do not fix it. I say this all the time, and maybe reason or factor number one, I don't know, maybe we'll change that. But I say it all the time to you guys. You guys will ask me, like, you'll look at your Phoenix, and you've got your Phoenix at, like, Gear 12 across the board. Maybe you got a Relic Rex. Maybe you got a bunch of Gear 11 with a Gear 12 Rex, and you're like, hey, Nooch, is my Phoenix team finished? Is that where I need it to be? What do I need to do? What Relic levels do I need on my Phoenix team for them to be finished? If it's not broke, don't fix it. Is the Phoenix team working for you in the game mode you need it to work in at the levels that it's at with where you are in the game right now? If the answer is yes, move forward. Go do something else. Do another team. Eventually, every team is going to want to be relic levels in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Eventually, you're going to want that Relic 3, 5, 7, 9, whatever in the game. We'll talk more about that as we go. But if you're in the early game, or even maybe even in the mid game, I don't know. But like I talk about all the time with my Imperial Troopers on my new Nooch 2 Perfect account, I'm keeping them at low levels. I'm keeping them depressed on their leveling on purpose so I can give them a really solid run of testing on these assault battles early on. I want to see how they perform at low gear levels in the assault battles more than anything else, because that's the primary use for Imperial Troopers. Now, they are a really good team in Grand Arena in the early through the mid game into the late game, and then they kind of fade as the end game comes along. They become a cleanup team. But if that Imperial Trooper team for me, or if that Phoenix team for you at Gear 12 will get you up to Challenge Tier 1 of a couple assault battles and is winning some battles for you in Grand Arena and is doing what you needed to do in territory battles and territory wars. If you're not in Rise of the Empire territory battles, you can live with a Gear 12 on a lot of these teams if it's working for your guild, it's working for you, and everything is good, and the mods on them are fine. Just keep proceeding until it comes along. Trust me, the day will get here. The day will arrive when your Gear 12 Phoenix team is not working out for you with the way the game works. It will get here. It'll get here soon enough. So enjoy it at Gear 12 if that's working for you in the game, or whatever other team is working for you in the game. Enjoy it at those lower gear levels while it's there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Are we blind? Deploy the garrison!
The second most important factor in deciding where to relic your characters is what is required for whatever farm you're doing. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you're farming Jabba the Hutt, you've got to take Chrysanthemum to Relic 5, you've got to take Han Solo to Relic 8, you've got to take the Gamorrean Guard to Relic 3, on and on down the line. This applies across the board for all of your farms, especially Galactic Legend farms here. Like when you look at Grandmaster Yoda, you can get 7 stars on any Jedi, and it just has recommended power. You could do anything you want in here. I think we got this done. I think I got this done on my last account with 5 Jedi at purple gear. Not even purple gear. They were blue gear, right? Yeah, I got this done at like gear 6 with 5 Jedi on these early journeys. But that fades pretty quickly as you get through. I think even through here, all of these journeys here and above don't have specific relic levels for characters. No, Gear 12 is required here for Jedi Knight Cal. So, you know, you don't get a lot of required relic levels until you get to this Tier 4. Then you've got like Mace Windu is requiring Relic 5, Relic 5, Relic 5, Relic 5. And you've got the Grand Inquisitor with Relic 5 across the board. So you're seeing, you know, relic requirements the farther up you go with your journeys and with your Galactic Legends. But that's like, I mean, it's a pretty basic and simple question to ask yourself. And most of the accounts I see that are not end game accounts, which is most of the accounts I see, like 99.8% are not end game accounts. Most of the accounts I see when they farmed their roster up, and that includes my account as well, have only farmed most characters to the level they need to be to finish that journey, or to, you know, I got C-3PO at Relic 7 for Jabba the Hutt, Great Mothers at Relic 7 for Balin Skull, my Captain Enoch is at Relic 7 for Ahsoka. Down here, I got some of these relic levels are out of the Lightspeed bundles. My Jawa's at Relic 3, Jawa Engineer because of Lightspeed bundle. You get Veteran Smuggler, Chewie, and Han out of Lightspeed bundles. So, you know, I guess I didn't put Lightspeed bundles in there, but if you need them at a certain relic level, well, there you go, Akbar at Relic 3 for Leia Organa. If you need them at a certain relic level for a Galactic Legend, then that's really the only use that they have in the game. Or even if they have other uses, like Akbar, I'm not really using very much in this game right now. In fact, I would say I'm not using him at all in Kyber 2. He does not get used. But a character like, I'm going to say Bosk. Let's go to Bosk here. Hold on. Bosk is at Relic 7 on my roster. Now, I've added a couple relic levels because he's only required at Relic 5 for to get the Executor unlocked. But I've got him at Relic 7 because it adds a little bit more to a tank, which we'll get to that in a minute. But in the meantime, yeah, take a look where they're required to get whatever farm you're working on right now. And let's take a look at factor number 3.
Apology accepted, Captain Nida.
Are you farming Datacrons, boys and girls? If you're not, it has nothing to do with me. You know, once you get to the mid-game and you've got several full teams at relic levels, they have to be Relic 3 or higher for your basic Datacrons. These focused Datacrons do not require relic levels, but I mean, are you really getting a lot of mileage out of them without? I mean, do you really want to invest the crazy amount of investment into a focused Datacron if you don't have relic characters? Probably not. There's a reason. I mean, if you got a focused Datacron, get them to relic levels. But the rest of these Datacrons are going to require Relic 3 for the team. It has to be at Relic 3 to use any of these abilities. And then when you get to the end character, if you got can I not click on this? I guess I can't. Well, that's there for Cassian Andor. If you're going to depend on Cassian Andor to really max out this Datacron, that's not a good example. Let's find a good example. He's not that great. There we go. Darth Sidious. If you're using Darth Sidious and you're using his Datacron, which right now in the game is awesome, and this is the second time this thing's been out. I'm sure a year from now we'll get this Datacron again for Darth Sidious. This Darth Sidious Datacron is freaking awesome. He has to be at least at Relic 5 to use it. Now, Relic 3 is a requirement for everything above him, but the specific character requirements, you've got to have them at Relic 5 to be able to use that Datacron for that character. So if you're using Datacrons, you've got to consider your relic levels required if you want it to go for the team at Relic 3 and for the character at Relic 5. Or I guess for focused Datacrons, no relics required, but why wouldn't you want to have good sized relics on your focused Datacron teams? Because man, they're going to be awesome. Hey, what's factor number 4?
I smell profit.
At each relic level, your character ramps up significantly, and that needs to come into play when you think about where your relic came in. And when I looked at I'm talking about my Bosk, that was an important factor when I was considering my Bosk relic. There was, hey, he was only required at Relic 5 to get the Executor, but at Relic 6 and Relic 7, he becomes a better character and his stats ramp up. Let's take a look here at going from Relic 0, Gear 13 to Relic 1. You're gaining a bunch of health. And this is, by the way, this is on a Galactic Legend of Ahsoka Tano. We'll talk a little bit more about character types in a moment. But she gets a bunch of health, 2,000, 2,300 for tier, 1,100 protection, some physical damage, special damage. She gets even more health and the same amount of protection on Relic level 2. More health, same amount of protection for 3. A little bit lower health, same amount of protection for 4. I'm looking at her. She's a tank, so we're looking at health and protection. You can see it's adding the same amount of health and protection until you get to level 6 here, more protection. Then that same more protection. Relic 8 is going to be even more protection and even more health up there at Relic 7, 6, 7, and 8. Are we ramping up the health? It's about the same health all along the way. But then, when you get to Relic 9 on a tank like Galactic Legend of Ahsoka, it's a lot of health and a lot of protection. So a really important factor when you're looking at your teams, as you're looking at, is this team working for me at the Relic level or the gear level that it's at? Do I need this for a Galactic Legend? Do I need it for a Datacron? And am I really getting all that I can out of this character, right? Like, are you getting holds with that team on defense? If you added a Relic level to a certain character, like a Galactic Legend, or maybe Kersantin as a tank on your Jabba team, could I get more holds out of that on defense? Would it perform better for me on offense? Each Relic level is just an entire gear level for your character. It's going to give them the appropriate stats for the type of character they are and really improve what they're doing and give them a bunch of mastery as well. On top of that, they get mastery that adds to it as well. So there's the mastery right there. So each Relic level is going to improve your character. Does your team need a little bit of ramping up? And what's appropriate for this individual character? And what's really going to make that team hum? Go take a look at those Relic levels on swgoh.gg and take into account the stats that you'll get for the next Relic level boost, or maybe a couple Relic level boosts down the road for you.
Continue with the operation. You may fire when ready.
What?
And the final piece here is 3 types of characters that I think will really, really benefit from higher Relic levels, either Relic 8 or Relic 9, tanks, attackers, and crew members. Let's talk first about your tanks. I just looked at Ahsoka. You saw the deal. You're about to see it again. Jedi Master Luke really, really benefits from this gear, this Relic, not Gear 9. I do that all the time. Gear, Relic, whatever. From this Relic 9 upgrade. All that protection he gets. See, it's the same here. He's getting a bunch of protection up here. That's great. All this protection and health not only contribute to him as a tank, but if you look at Jedi Master Luke and you read his kit, because, guys and gals, I know I'm the last person to mention this, but kits are really important in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. You got to know what the character's kit does and what kind of stats it responds to. Jedi Master Luke's kit responds to protection. The team gets extra offense from his base protection, which includes the protection you get from your mods. So, a lot of people choose to have Jedi Master Luke as one of their first Relic 9s because he gets a lot of benefit out of it. Not only as a tank with all the protection and health he gets, but also, and the armor and everything else, but also benefiting his whole team with all the extra protection. The same can be said for Lord Vader. Tank, and the entire team converts protection into health. You want as much protection as possible on there, don't you, if you're going to do that? He's a great Relic 9 for that reason. Attackers, generally speaking, let's go take a look at Supreme Leader Kylo here. Now you see Supreme Leader Kylo is getting some of the same stats. He's not getting any protection as an attacker, but he's getting health. He's getting more physical damage along the way. That physical damage is slowly ramping up as he goes and kind of leveling out right there. Relic 6 is a big physical and special damage ramp up. Relic 7 holds on to the similar stats as well. Relic 8 takes the biggest physical and special damage ramp up on an attacker here at that Relic 8 level, and then Relic 9 kind of backs off of it and gives them some extra health and protection. So the extra health and protection is nice, but you actually gain less physical damage and special damage at Relic 9 than you have for either 6, 7, or 8 along the way. So I really encourage you for these characters, when you got a character, you want to look at their Relic levels, seriously, go to swgoh.gg, look up the character, and just go right here to Relic. You can see all these stats I'm looking at right here. So I'd say, generally speaking, if you got an attacker, you want to get him maxed out, you're going to take him to Relic 8. Now you can look at somebody like Rey, and let's look up Rey here real quick. Rey, Galactic Legend Rey, that is. And she's kind of a combo. She is an attacker, but we like to have a lot of health on Rey, right? Like health and offense are the two primary stats we want on Galactic Legend Rey. Well, she's stacking up a lot of health there and a lot of offense on top of it. She might be a really good Relic 9 as well to get that extra health, but she may also be just fine just stopping in there at Relic 8 too. So tanks, a lot of them really love that Relic 9 for all the extra health and protection for sure. And attackers going to be looking at Relic 8 for a lot of those. Crew members, boys and girls, every relic you add is going to add some juice to your crew members. And I did not mention it for Bosk. Where'd he go? Here he is. At Relic 7, I took him to Relic 7. Part of it was to increase his stats. The other part was to make the Houndstooth an even better tank. The more relic levels I have on Bosk, the better the Houndstooth is. The more relic levels I have at Admiral Piet, he's required at Relic 8 for the Executor. I don't have him at Relic 9. It should be a consideration of mine to take him to Relic 9 because it adds speed, and I go up against Relic 9 Piet's. It just adds more to your ship. So each relic level for each crew member is really gonna pile on the stats for their ship, in addition to the character stats being added, you know, for those character battles. And one thing that you will really see, the higher and higher you climb up those levels in Grand Arena, and the higher your guild gets in territory wars, battling other guilds in territory wars, you're gonna start running into lots of rosters with lots and lots of Relic 8 and Relic 9 characters, and especially up against ships, you're gonna struggle if your ships and characters are below those relic levels, maybe even levers, I don't know. You may find yourself struggling at those levels against those characters. I joined Zareth one time for a Kyber, he's high level Kyber Grand Arena, and he was just talking about how at that level, every crew member is Relic 9. Like, that's a priority for everybody at the top echelons of Kyber. Now, they've got everything Relic 9 and Relic 8 on their roster, but crew members are a big priority. So tanks, you're welcome. Tanks like Relic 9 a lot, especially when, like with Luke or with Lord Vader, protection is a really important stat for them, or with Rey, health is a really important stat for them. Well, she doesn't get the full tank benefits. You get what I'm saying. Attackers are generally going to be pretty good at Relic 8 because that Relic 9 adds, but doesn't add like Relic 8 did. And if you're looking at your crew members, as many relic levels as you can get on those crew members that you're using as possible will benefit your roster in a very, very big way. And there you go, boys and girls. Those are the 5 main factors I look at when considering where to relic my characters. I think this might be a different take for me when I get my roster up into Kyber 1 by the end of the year. We might be looking at more specific characters, more specific takes on those specific characters. But that's my general broad 5 basic ideas and 5 things you're going to look at for where you should go when finishing your team, and or what relic or what relic levels to take your characters to. Hope it helps you out. Give us some comments down below. Let's have a good, healthy, robust discussion of this in the comments. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Always remember, Nooch too good.